I've scoured across the internet and found one recurring question being asked again and again. What is the Aven card? So I'm here to explain what is the Aven card and how does it work. The Aven card uses similar mechanics as a HELOC or home equity line of credit to give you a better version of a credit card, like a way lower interest rate than what you can even imagine for your normal credit cards, no annual fee, and 2% back on all your purchases. However, before we go further into the Aven card, I do want to be fully transparent. This is a paid sponsorship video, but I made sure I could say whatever I want in this video, just like any other sponsored video I've made in the past. So everything I say in this video is my personal stance on the Aven card. So I think one important concept I have to outline in this video for you to have a better understanding of the Aven card is explain what a HELOC is. So this is what a HELOC is in less than 30 seconds. Basically, as the name suggests, it's equity against your home. So if your home is worth $500,000 and you have a mortgage loan you're still paying on it worth $300,000, then the equity on your home is $200,000. With a HELOC, you can take advantage of that $200,000 worth of equity to basically borrow money against it, usually at a lower rate compared to traditional loans. TLDR, HELOCs is taking out a loan against your house for you to use in emergencies, remodeling your home, or investments. Now, Aven takes those concepts to create a credit card with similar benefits, but making it way easier to obtain than a traditional HELOC and better than some credit cards, such as, and Aven is really proud of this, and I don't blame them, a really low interest rate. Currently, their highest interest rate is 15.49% APR, which is already almost half as much as a regular credit card. And their interest rates can be as low as 7.99% APR, about half as much as their highest interest rate, and about 4 times less than the normal credit card. So I think that's pretty impressive. Of course, hopefully you'll always pay off your credit cards and pay 0% interest and not worry about the APR rate, but it is there if you were to need it. It's an option. Not only does Aven take the interest rate concept of HELOCs, but also the credit limit part from HELOCs as well, by offering you up to a $250,000 credit limit based on your income, your home, and your credit score. Now, in some states, this maximum is only up to $100,000. However, I will say pretty good compared to most credit cards where they'll only give you a credit limit of $2,000. So this can be a good thing for your credit utilization, because basically since you could have such a high credit limit, your overall utilization would be lower, and that's what the credit bureaus want to see. If the recommended credit utilization is to be below 30% and you get a credit limit from Aven of $250,000, you would have to use $75,000 just the Aven card alone, not counting the other credit limits from your other cards, for it to seriously affect your credit score. And that's a huge benefit of having such a massive credit limit. You can borrow money from your credit cards without massively affecting your credit score. And since the Aven card is a credit card, you'll also get the benefits of a credit card too, like getting 2% back on all your purchases you would make using the Aven card, making it a pretty decent catch-all card. I mean, when was the last time your house paid you? Other than potential tax write-offs that you can get from certain home improvement projects. Of course, I'm not a financial expert or a tax advisor, but you could potentially also use the Aven card to take advantage of those tax write-offs as well. But now let's go over the fees, because like a HELOC or a credit card, there are fees depending on how you want to use the Aven card. We've already went over the APR rates of the Aven card, which are less than credit cards, but also entirely avoidable as long as you pay off the card. Like a traditional credit card, there's a statement date and a grace period. If you want to transfer a balance to the Aven card to take advantage of the lower APR, there is a 2.5% balance transfer fee, which is slightly less than most credit cards' 3% balance transfer fee, but it will be a cost you'll have to bear if you decide to go this route. And there is a 2.5% cash out fee. So if you wanted to take physical cash out of your credit limit, you'll be charged 2.5% of that amount to take it out. And like a credit card, be charged the interest APR if you do not pay it back. So the cash out is worse than traditional HELOCs, but better than credit cards' cash advance fees, where credit cards charge you a really high APR as soon as you take out the cash advance. So it's a decent option if you really need emergency cash for a short period of time, in my opinion. And another option that Aven gives you is payment plans, kind of like Amex's Planet, or more closely related to Chase's My Loan program, where you can basically lock in fixed interest monthly payments at an APR that is still lower than your average credit card APR. So it makes it slightly easier to pay back the amount you borrowed, because according to Aven, yes, they will use your home as backing to the amount of money you borrowed, but they don't necessarily want your home. Just pay back what you owe. It's the same as any other loan, like a mortgage or even a HELOC. So I don't really understand the fear of not paying back this card, unless you're comparing it to a traditional credit card where you can claim bankruptcy. Other fees on this card is basically none if you're making the payments on time, such as there is no annual fee, and there are no origin fees, appraisal fees, notary fees, or prepayment penalty fees, unlike other loans like HELOCs. So the benefits of a traditional 2% back credit card with without the fees of a traditional HELOC. Overall, who is this Aven credit card for from my perspective? I believe the Aven card is for someone who wants to take advantage of their home equity to get an insane credit limit while using that equity to make normal purchases they know they can pay back, just like a credit card, all while getting 2% cash back. Because yes, there are fees and interest on the Aven card, but they're all avoidable. So in my opinion, usually someone with a credit score of at least 680, which is also Aven's recommendation, and someone who can back up their spend with their income, as most people with credit cards already should be doing. And of course homeowners, because you won't be approved for the Aven card if you don't own a house. Just like you won't be approved for a HELOC if you don't have a house too. If this sounds like you, you'll also be glad to know that there are no hard pulls just to see if you'll be pre-qualified for this card. And the whole process, even the signing, is done online. Unlike traditional HELOCs where it's an entire process. Basically, the application will look like this. You'll type in your phone number, answer some questions like what you're looking to do. I don't believe this will have a huge effect on your approval. And fill out the information the same as a traditional credit card application, such as your name, email, and social security number. Then your income, and click to check your offer. And then in a couple minutes, it'll give you some options that you may qualify for. And it's completely up to you to choose which option you would prefer. And after that, you should be approved if you are pre-qualified. Of course, it's not guaranteed. If you're approved and accept the final offer, this is where a hard pull will occur. And since this isn't a traditional credit card, there are some other steps after the approval. Like you'll have to fill out another application and speak to an online notary and finish signing the rest of the documents, like the terms and conditions. They even have a robot to create your signature on the notary side, which I think is pretty cool. And after everything is complete, you should get the Aven card in 5 to 10 business days. And it's as simple as that. So a longer process than a credit card application, but shorter and easier than a HELOC application. Overall, here are my thoughts and opinions on the Aven card. If you're wanting to borrow a lot of money against the Aven card, a traditional HELOC, even with all the fees that come from a HELOC, may be a better option for you. But just know, opening a HELOC could cost around $1,500, while with Aven, the opening costs are $0. And also, as some of you all with previous project experience knows, projects can change in cost midway through. So the flexibility you would have from the Aven card might be a better option, like being able to use it as you would any other card, for example, walking into a Home Depot and just being able to use it. However, if you're comparing against a credit card, the Aven card definitely could have some compelling advantages. Better in most cases, depending on what you're wanting to do with it, like getting 2% cash back against your home equity and gaining a large credit limit. If you're paying your statements back in full, I could see the Aven card being a good option. And also, I don't see why more people don't talk about this option. You can get both an Aven card and a HELOC at the same time. The minimum credit limit you can get on the Aven card is $5,000 and the maximum credit limit is $250,000. So if you wanted to use the rest of your equity to get a HELOC and get the benefits of a HELOC, go for it. But those are my thoughts on the Aven card, and I'll see you later.